Family, good seeing everyone. Out here taking a walk and spend a little time with the family, talking about some of these things that are going on right now. Give everybody a chance to kind of come in. Just looking at prophecy, looking at the things that are coming, thinking of the things that are happening. Hopefully everyone can hear me today. I'm not connected to anything. Shalom, family, shalom. Good seeing everyone. Peace and blessings to you as well. Good seeing the family. You got people from the UK here. Good seeing people. Good seeing the family from all over the world. I'm sure we got over here. Shalom, shalom. Good seeing everyone. We had a beautiful time yesterday morning, anticipating having some more beautiful interaction with the family this morning as well. Just getting confirmation of these things that are going on right now. Much love to everyone here. Much love to the family. Just taking a walk out here, enjoying the beautiful morning. You know, it's just we're able to see things that the rest of the world is not able to see. Just like it talks about in scriptures, how, you know, the Most High closes the eyes of the majority of the people, and very few are going to understand what's going on. And we've been blessed to be able to see all the things that are going on. You know, and it's a beautiful thing for us to be able to see. And the Most High has blessed us with the comprehension and the Holy Spirit to be able to understand the things that are going on right now. Like I said, we're getting much edification. You know, it's one thing when we were constantly just saying things, but you didn't get that confirmation. You know what I mean? But every day we are getting confirmation of who we are, you know, who the Most High is dealing with, who he's not dealing with. Like I said, and it's just an absolutely beautiful time right now, you know.
How do you know he's not allergic? Jeez.
Morning.
Good morning.
Find a nice dry spot to sit down here for a minute. Yeah, if we can. Yes, all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Father. I said that we were able to see these things, you know, because we're getting a confirmation of what's going on. Great seeing you, Capstone. Great seeing you, bro. we're getting a confirmation of what the Most High is showing us right now. You know, the fact that the other nations, their tongues, you know, their mouths, they cannot come against this truth. They cannot, you know, against the Most High. They cannot come against the truth that the Father is revealing to us right now. You know, and it's just absolutely amazing to see. The Most High is certainly exposing the Gentile, exactly, Flora Turner, exactly. You know, and that's something that, I mean, before, they were, you know, they would, if the Most High would give us stuff, you know, they would be coming after us, trying to debunk what we say, debunk the information, but not anymore. The Ukraine is wild right now. The things that are going on right now with Ukraine, you know, is absolutely wild right now, you know, and they can't hide anything anymore. They can't hide anything anymore, you know. So, and that's the I said that's a beautiful thing right now, you know. Watching this dog over here running around. This guy's trying to get his dog to come back, and his dog's not listening. You know. So yeah. Yes, the Most High is definitely having His way, and what you know, and it's just he said it's a blessing to see. Yes, the 3 days of dead bodies. Mm-hmm. Who are the crazy ones now? I mean, that's it. You know, who are crazy ones now? You know, we were talking about the 400-year prophecy from 2019, well, 1619, 2019, and how after that, everything has just been going downhill for them ever since. All that happened in the dark must come to the light. And, you know, and that's exactly what you're seeing. You know, every day you're seeing, like, them exposing each other now. You know, I said I'm listening to Off Grid in his last video, and you know, I had talked about yesterday about war crimes and how, you know, they're accusing Russia of war crimes in that city, and you know, all these things that were happening supposedly in the city. And he even said, he goes, you know, if you go back, just look at our history, the last 20 years. Folks, you know, there's an estimate of 500 to 1 million civilians killed in Iraq. 500 to 1 million civilians killed. Were those not war crimes? He goes, what about the 1,000? You know, what about when we went into Libya and got rid of Gaddafi? Was that not war crimes where we're killing civilians there? You know, what about when we go into Syria and we have bases there and we're still in 90% of their oil? He goes, are those not war crimes we committed there? He goes, but it's okay if it's us and you just want to say, you know, oh, you know, because we're hiding behind the flag. He goes, but he said that pretty much, hey, you know, for the last 20 years, look at our actions. And I'm like, no, see, yeah, you listening. I know you listening. I said, but you got to, 20 years is a drop in the bucket with your guys' history. And we're going to touch on this a couple times. I said, because 20 years is just the beginning of your history. 20 years ago is when your history was being documented. See, you guys have gone out of your way to hide your history. You've been doing those things, like the same things you've been doing the last 20 years and worse for the last few hundred years. Since 1492, since you stepped foot on these lands, you've been doing the same things you've been doing the last 20 years on steroids. You've been doing it worse. It's been more amplified, but you have hidden your history. You have hidden, you know, your actions. And see, and that's what the Most High is now exposing. He's now exposing the fact that you've hidden, you know, your actions. And like I said, all things done in darkness are going to be brought to the light. You're not going to even, and the thing is, even with what Paul says, you know, from Off Grid as a prepper, that's just 20 years, and you guys can't even, you won't even acknowledge it. You won't even talk about what's happened, what your country has done in the last 20 years. What are you going to do now when you go back to 1492? What are you going to go back to then? I mean, because, I mean, you did even worse. I saw a story, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, on CNN yesterday. It was a story that they were saying, oh, look, they were raping these moms in front of their children and then killing them. So they were raping these women, they were raping these mothers in front of their children and then killing them. I'm like, okay, that is your MO. That's exactly, if it's even true, could be. I'm like, is that not, oh well, was that what you guys did to us? Is that not exactly the same things you did to our people? You did not come and rape our women in front of us. You did not come and rape our women in front of our children. You did not, sodomize our men, in front of our women, in front of our wives, in front of our children in order to emasculate us. You didn't do those kinds of things. You see, that's the whole thing. You guys are in, this is what happens when you lose your moral authority. This is what happens when you lose that moral high ground. All of a sudden, the rest of the world is like, they're supposed to be surprised at the things you've been doing the entire time. This is exactly what you did this in order to destroy our people. You destroyed our men. You destroyed our women. You destroyed our children. You emasculated us, as far as being men. You took us, from being the head of the house to not being, being respected whatsoever. And you guys did this systematically. It wasn't like you just did it, you just did it like, willy-nilly or whatever else. Y'all did this on purpose. And so now you guys want to make all these claims, about, the things that the Russians are doing. But I'm like, this is exactly what you guys have done the whole time. I mean, see, this is the Most High exposing you, because you're trying to come out here and get this fake rage going, and it's not working. It might work between you guys, but see, you need our prayers. You need our blessing. You see, this is now that we understand that power that we have as far as our prayers and our blessings. See, when you pick up on those little things in the scriptures, like when Pharaoh lost his firstborn and he was releasing the Israelites, and he said, as you guys are leaving, bless me. As you guys are leaving, as I'm releasing you guys now to get your freedom, please bless me. Bless me on your way out. Now think about that. You've been destroying our people for however long, as the Pharaoh of Egypt. You've been exploited our people. The Pharaoh and Egyptians exploited our people, got free labor, and on the way out the door, after you've already exploited us and built up your kingdom, built up your empire, you ask for us to bless you. But see, why would you be seeking our blessings at that time? If we're just a bunch of nobodies, if we're a bunch of people at the bottom, why would you be asking us to bless you? Because you know where the power is. You know that our power, okay? You know that our power is the one, that is the ultimate power of the universe. And you know that he listens to his children. I mean, I don't even know how you would even fix your face to even be asking somebody that you've been exploiting this whole time to bless you after you've done nothing for them, but just destroyed them. How could you even fix your face to be, hey, on your way out, please go ahead and bless me too? So that just shows you the power that they know we have with our prayers. And see, they would exploit us and get us to, hey, when things got bad, we all need to come together. We all need to come together. Now it makes sense as to why they always wanted us to come together. Because they wanted us up in those whorehouses of theirs that were built on our ley lines, and they wanted to be able to suck that power out of us in order to get them out of these horrible situations. You see, I says, don't get it twisted about these power from these ley lines. I says, don't get it twisted. They know about the power of the ley lines. They understand that. They understand the power of our prayers, especially even when we're connected to these ley lines. We didn't understand it, so therefore they had to manipulate us into, into praying for them, into, supporting their mess. But see, now that we've been awakened and we know, hey, we ain't praying for any of that. We're not praying for you. We're not trying to bless you on the way out the door. We're not trying to do any of that. Now they're being exposed. Now the Most High has lifted up that skirt and you can see everything now. I said, so you got Paul, Paul's being used. I said, hey, Paul and Adrian over there and off grid, they're being used. They're playing their part, as far as this awakening is concerned. I said he's using the Gentiles to expose a little bit of their history. He's using a Gentile. See, we've been bringing out their history, and they want to, ignore what we say. And Paul just brings up a little 20 years. Just go back 20 years and look at what you guys have done. And you guys are straight crickets. I said, y'all straight crickets. Y'all got nothing to say about anything. Now, this shows you how deep all of this is. Where are the churches at? It says they're not talking about the history. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He barks at everybody, and he's not even barking at you. That is weird.
Yeah. I probably sense some spirits around here.
He does, because he's obnoxious.
How funny. Did you guys hear that, family? That was funny. This dog just walked up to me and just kind of just staring at me and looking at me. And the owner's like, wow. She goes, that's weird. That never happens. This dog barks at everyone. This one goes over, this dog barks at everyone. This dog is like really obnoxious and really, barks at everyone. She's like, that's crazy. I've never seen him do that. He just looked at you and wouldn't bark or anything. He just kind of staring at you. And like I said, he probably recognizes spirits. Animals be seeing people's spirits on people, or he'd be seeing what's around here, and be knowing he got to keep it quiet. Probably sees the angels around here, knowing he gonna have to keep it quiet because we got serious business going on right here. The dog knows better, huh? And like I said, just the Ikadoshai around here, exactly. We know it. It says it's a beautiful thing right now to see. How beautiful it is. And there's confirmation everywhere. It says there's confirmation everywhere. A fox attacked seven people at the White House yesterday. Yeah, it's I said with Paul and Adrian, I got a little sidetracked. I said he's being used. Like I said, he's Most High using him. Most High's using him, and he's exposing the last 20 years. He's like, and he asked the people, are those not war crimes? We killed over 1 million people, innocent people, because we went under false pretense. So Colin Powell went and said that there was weapons of mass destruction, and there was nothing. They never found any weapons of mass destruction. They never found any of that. Hey, great seeing you, Sister Lisa. Great seeing you. You know, I said, so just think about that. You know, of over 1 million people, and not a peep from anybody, not a peep from the Europeans about war crimes. You know, I heard about like a situation, I think, where they bombed a wedding and they killed a bunch of people at a wedding. The United States did. And they said, oh, well, we're going to investigate that. You know, we're going to, yeah, you know, like usual. We're on that. We're going to investigate ourselves. And what do they always say? We're not guilty. Oh, mistakes happen. You know, let's chalk it up, you know, to come collateral damage. Just, you know, I said, it's just amazing to see how the Most High is working. It's just amazing to see how the Most High is working. Always finding themselves not guilty. Always finding themselves not guilty. It's great seeing the family coming together. I said, I see Sister Lisa doing all them great videos, bringing out all that great information also. So everyone's being used to do their part. I said, and it's an absolutely beautiful thing right now to see how the Most High is working. But just look at how deep the Psalms 83, you can see how deep this is. I said, because where's the church at? Where's the church at talking about the history of this country? Where are the churches talking about the wrongs that were committed by this country, by these other European countries? Where are the churches at? See, you guys condemn. You know, so you guys didn't condemn. You don't condemn anything. You guys were complicit with all of the horrible, heinous treatment of the Most High's children, people. You've been complicit. You've been giving these militaries, you've been giving these people, you've been giving these citizens, pretty much, you've given them free reign to do all the horrible and heinous things that they've done to us, and you made them feel as if they were never going to have to pay. You set up this whole system like that, about how no one ever has to pay, or you know, Jesus had to come and die for our sins so that we don't have to pay for our sins. So therefore, we can just do all the raping, robbing, murdering, and everything else, and Jesus is going to forgive us. All we got to say is the sinner's prayer, and we're all good, and we're not going to have to pay for anything. That's why even to today, you guys still refuse. That's why right, that Christianity is that one hell of a drug, because you still seem to think that you don't have to pay for anything that's happened to us. Because you guys still seem to think you don't have to pay for anything that has happened to us, and that's exactly what Christianity has done. It's made you guys feel like, oh, I don't have to look back. Jesus said, all my sins are forgiven, my slate's clean, so therefore I don't have to look at the history, so therefore I can go talk about the things that everybody else is doing, because my sins are all clear, my sins are all forgiven. So now I can be the one pointing at everybody else. But the true power says that he's going to bring our power is going to be bringing judgment. He's the one bringing judgment, the Most High, the power of the Israelites. He's bringing judgment. So you're not getting away with all of these, you know, horrible, heinous things that happen to our people and just walking away from it. So look at that, though. You got politicians who won't look at the history. You have, you know, leaders of these countries not looking at their history. You have the churches not admitting their history. I don't hear any of these churches talking about, hey, we need to cool it with Russia because, hey, we did the same thing in Iraq. We did worse. Where's the churches that saying that? Hey, you know what? We're not really in any position to be a moral authority, to be telling people what they can and can't do, considering the fact that what we've done to other countries has been worse. You don't hear, where's the church at? Because, I mean, where are the churches at? Where are the pastors at? Where are the priests at? I said, giving us some fake apology about what happened to the indigenous people in Canada, but then you don't talk about the rest of the indigenous people the rest of the Aborigines. You don't talk about what happened to the ones that were here in supposedly now North America, Mexico, Central America, South America. You don't talk about any of them. What, that doesn't matter? Those don't matter? Dumb diversus doesn't matter? Until different doesn't matter? We're going to be in perpetual servitude until different? That doesn't matter? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, the Most High, like always, the Most High will give the Gentiles a little bit of the understanding, but then he's going to use his people to get you the rest. So Paul's going to bring up to these Gentiles about the last 20 years. He's going to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? I said he's going to bring up the last 20 years, but then he's going to use our people to say, hold on. He's going to be our people to be like, hey, hold on. 20 years, yeah, that's a starting point. I said the 20 years that you were talking about, you know, for the last few wars, that's a starting point. But you're going to have to go back way more than just that. You're not going to get Gentiles talking about that. Even Paul won't even go that far. Paul's like, yeah, I'm not touching that. He's like, damn it, I gave you 20 years. I'm not talking about anything else. And that's our job. That's why I was like, okay, my children are going to bring out the rest. My children I'm going to use them to bring out the rest. Because the Gentiles, you know, he's using Paul to bring out the 20, but he's going to use us to bring out the rest. Move over this way a little bit to get this phone out of the sun. Yes, the Most High is definitely going to renew our strength. He's already renewing our strength, you know. He's been trying us through the fire for such a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it kind of gets hard sometimes to not expect, you know, you know. But we know that the Most High, you know, is going to keep his word. His word is not going to come back void. We know that he's going to renew us as a people. Great seeing everyone here. You know, I'm about to move probably to a little bit better location. Cesare Borgia t-shirt. Yes, we definitely have persevered. But is it not a beautiful thing to see, you know, like a couple videos back, I talked about how these other nations, there's all these things they refuse to talk about. Now we can see it. They don't want to talk about that apocalypse. They don't want to talk about Revelation. They ain't talking about Revelation 6 and 8. I mean, that was a huge understanding about the fourth part. And I have not heard any of these pastors try to break that down. I have not heard any of them try to break down or go against the fourth part being America. How, you know, the Most High brought the Europeans over here to America, and how, you know, that was a fulfillment of prophecy, because Revelation 6 and 8, that's perfect. It fits here perfect. I haven't seen not one pastor, priest, I haven't even seen even Hebrews try to go into that. Very few, like the Hebrew brethren, even want to talk about America being our land. Very few of them even want to talk about prophecy being fulfilled here in America. Have you guys noticed that too? You know, I said it's kind of like they don't want to touch that subject either, about a lot of these prophecies over the last couple thousand years being fulfilled, you know, when the Europeans got here, and actually taking the scriptures, linking them up with history. I haven't seen very many, I mean, for sure not the churches, but I haven't even seen many of the Hebrew brethren do the same thing. That then lets you know that there's an agenda. Just like a church can't speak about certain things, seems like certain groups can't talk about it either. All they can say is, "Oh, you're going off. Oh, you know, we have the 100% doctrine. Only we have the correct breakdowns." You know, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. But like I said, that Revelation 6 and 8 was absolutely huge. talking about the fourth part, killing us with the weapons, killing us with the animals, the dogs, the conquest, all that stuff. Like, they can't talk about that, so they don't even talk about that. But they'll still give you Africa, though. They'll still give you, Babylon and Timbuktu. They'll give you all that still. They're still doing that. They're not deviating from that. I said, so when you really don't have much to say, I said all they're going to pretty much do is just name call, build themselves up by saying that they're the only ones with the truth. Talk about how, you're going to hell because, you have a different opinion or a different view. Nothing new. And I said, the Most High said there's going to be more information at the end. So therefore, we have to be willing to accept that information, internalize it, and then be able to, come up with some different understanding that we didn't have before. Their message has a reverse effect, not the curse is broken. True. I said because their message is, you can see the fact that they can't change. You can see that they won't change. They won't, adapt to new information. I said there's new information that's being brought out every day. And you can see who can adapt with the new information, and you're seeing the ones that are stuck. We're doing exactly the same thing. Exactly. We've been in hell. And that's the whole thing, It's like, that's what happened even when we got into this truth. They still try to push that whole hell doctrine, even though we've been going through hell. Even though they hadn't gone through their hell yet. Their hell's coming, but they wanted to make it seem as if all of us we're going to be going through hell together. Even though we all haven't been going through their heaven. They've been enjoying their heaven. So now hell's coming on them. But for them, it's like, oh no, hell's coming for everybody. No, bro. It's coming for you. That's that separation. That's that, the Most High put an ocean between us and the other nations. He gave us understanding. He did not give us understanding to the other people. So if they came over here when they got their opportunity, they've been hell-bent on keeping information from us. So they've been hell-bent on keeping information from us. And they'll just use little words, key words to keep you out of books, to keep you out of information, to keep you from understanding. But like I said, if you guys aren't going to admit anything, if you guys aren't, we bring out all this information and you guys are just quiet. You guys got nothing. You guys are like crickets. You got nothing else to say. Okay? As if somehow you guys are like always. You guys are so elevated that you don't have to talk to other people. You don't have to explain yourself to other people. Like you guys seem to think you got it like that. I said, but not anymore. I said, as you continue to remain quiet, that's the more that the Most High is exposing you. I said that now, as you guys continue to remain quiet and not address this information and not adapt to this new information, that shows that you can't get this new information. So every single day, the Most High is giving us more understanding. He's clarifying things more and more. Every day we hear you guys talking, we hear these people talking about the news. Just like I said, yesterday, they talked about raping mothers in front of their children and then killing the moms in front of the children. And as if that's supposed to somehow get some kind of a rise out of us. And that's what it is. So that we can then, we got to pray. We got to come together and pray that this all stops. And hey, dude, you have not done that. You have not done that for us. We know for sure that happened to our women. We knew for sure that happened to our children. We know for sure that happened to our men. I says, and you guys have never, you guys can't even fix your mouths to even apologize. You can't even fix your mouths to even admit that those kinds of things even happen to us. But you want us to, you know, get all upset. See, that's not going to happen. Well, not happening here. I can speak for myself. I said, we've already seen it happening to our people, and I've seen the fact that y'all don't give a, y'all don't care at all, and you guys showed absolutely no sympathy. Oh shoot. Dogs running around all over the place. You got no prayers and no tears, exactly. They should. You're right. He said we're gonna be praying for each other. We're gonna be praying for each other. I have a sister Jay who needs our prayers of our family. She's been going through some difficult times right now with her father and with her family, and she needs our prayers. If you guys say a prayer that Sister Jay, you know, comes through this difficult time for her, I'd appreciate it. You know, I said we need to make sure we concentrate on praying for one another. That we're praying, you know, as we're going through these times right now, that the Most High, you know, is here and He's supporting us and getting us through these tough, difficult times. That's what we really need to be concentrating on. See, they still trying to steal our prayers and trying to get us to pray for them. Oh man, they're raping women in front of their kids, and I've been doing that this whole time. And ain't none of you guys been praying for us. Ain't none of you been praying for us. That's why when you guys say, "Oh, I'm Christian, I love Jesus Christ, and I'm all about love, love, love," I said, okay, well, embrace your history, embrace the things that your people have done, and then pray for forgiveness. Pray for restoration of the Most High's chosen people. Pray that the Most High's will be done, however that is. You see, you can't be sitting there saying you love everybody and Christ is all about love, but you refuse to admit your history. Y'all refuse to admit the horrible, heinous things that your churches are responsible for. If you look at the last 20 years, if you're going to look back at Iraq, and you're going to look back at, Libya, and you're going to look back at Syria, okay? Now the churches, did you see a whole bunch of churches coming out against us going into all these different countries? Nope. Did you see, the churches, talking about, hey, we shouldn't be killing a million civilians? Nope. You didn't see any of that, right? I'm sure that our people were over there raping their women in front of their kids and killing their women in front of their kids. Did you hear churches talking about that? No, because as soon as our country does something, it's we all need to come together. We're all Americans now. We can't say anything negative about our country because we're all Americans and no matter what we do, we have to come together. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they do. That's what they've been doing. So so you can't have it both ways. You can't sit here and talk about how you want us all to come together on the topics that you guys want to come together on, but then when it's talking about things that happen to us, things that happen to our people, all of a sudden you're deaf. You're deaf, dumb, and blind at that point. You can't have it both ways. Either you can't sit there and say God loves everybody, but then the vast majority of the world and it goes through stuff and you just ignore it. You can't have it both ways. Either your power is for everyone or He's only for a select few. And as we can see, your power, white Jesus, is for a select few. I don't care what you say. I'm going by what you do. I'm going by what I see. Okay, and white Jesus has only been pretty much for white Europeans, and that's exactly why white Jesus is for Ukraine. He's not for, white Jesus is not for black and brown people, because your white Jesus, you guys can't even admit your history. So you want prayers from our people, then you guys need to admit your history. You need to admit the things that you guys have done. 500 plus years of terror on our people. And what do your churches say? Nothing. What do your pastors say? Nothing. You gotta look at this dog. This dog is huge. Tastes like a horse. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, how exactly do you, it just shows you like the mental blockage you must have if you really think that we should be supporting Ukraine and talking about all the atrocities that have happened or are supposedly happening in Ukraine for the last, month. But you refuse to admit